Hi everyone, today I'm doing a first impressions of the Lush Rosy Cheeks face mask. This is one of their fresh face masks, so if you're not familiar with those, they are, as the name suggests, fresh, keep them in the fridge, and you need to use them within 2 weeks of purchasing them. They're kept on ice in the Lush stores themselves. So yeah, as soon as they're made, and the date's on the back that they've been made, you need to use them within 2 weeks. So they're meant to be made on the day that you buy them, and yeah, this one was made on the day that I bought it. And this is one of their newer ones apparently. The guy completely sold it to me in the shop as I was just walking past. Oh, and it's got a bit separated, but it's pink in colour as you can see. And it's meant to be good for red skin. So I'm going to kind of put it on and then talk to you as I'm doing it. Hence my pyjama top and fluffy hair, because I've just had a bath. I'm just going to get my hair out of the way. And I'll tell you a bit more about it as I'm sticking it on my face. As you can see, I have got really red skin at the moment. I don't know if the camera is picking it up as well or making it look worse or better than it actually is, because I've got some lighting on. Look at my pineapple head. But yeah, I've got really dry red skin at the moment. Partly my own fault. I had my skincare routine down to an absolute T. I reckon it had taken me about, a good year to kind of go through a process of elimination of what was working for me, the ingredients that I wasn't very tolerant to, all that business. And then I seemed to run out of it all in pretty much the same week, at the wrong time of the month as well, payday wise. And I just couldn't bring myself, well, I couldn't afford to go out and repurchase everything. So I thought, oh, it'll be alright, I'll just use, you know, some other bits and bobs I've got, some old product, not old products, but like samples that I had lying around or stuff that I'd bought previously and wasn't as good for me anymore. And yeah, that was a bad idea, because as it turns out, my skin was relying on those products, and I've come out in quite a lot of blotchiness and redness and dry skin, eczema, dermatitis, all that business. So I'm using an old foundation brush that I don't use anymore actually to apply this. This was a tip that I got from watching one of Lily Pebble's videos. She was using or kept a, I think she was doing like a skincare routine video, and she showed that she had a foundation brush in her skincare cabinet to apply face masks with, and it's such a genius idea because I hate getting all my fingers messy and dirty. I'm just going to grab a mirror. So I just wanted a mirror to make sure I've got it everywhere I want it to go. So immediately as you put this on, it's really cooling, but all of the skincare, the fresh masks from Lush are, because obviously they're kept in the fridge, so you get that immediate cooling effect. No stinging, no tingling, which I always look out for with face masks, because a lot of face masks have active ingredients that really don't agree with me, so I'm really careful about the face masks I use. But yeah, it feels lovely so far. Check the time, right, just so I know how long to leave it on for. So it says to apply a generous amount, so I'm going to make sure that I've got no bits of skin poking through on the places that I am putting it. Managed to get it in my hair, but never mind. Right, I'm going to use my fingers to get that bit off the brush though, because I don't want to waste any. So what can I tell you about it? I've got my laptop in front of me, so I'm going to tell you what Lush says about it. So why am I wiping it on my hands? That's a stupid idea. So these cost £6.25, I think. Let me just double check. £6.75. You get 75 grams in them. You can see how much I've used from one use. So they say, I think the guy in the shop said to me that you should get 6 uses out of them. So that's using it 3 times a week for the 2 weeks before it expires. So I reckon that's fair based on how much I've used there. Ingredients in this one are calamine, is that how you say it? Yeah, calamine and Turkish rose oil. They're the main 2 ingredients. So the idea is it's meant to be nourishing and cleansing and calming at the same time. So I know I'm not expecting all my redness to go down with one use of a face mask, but I'll be interested to see, first impression wise, if it does start to reduce the redness at all, especially because I think it's quite a hard thing to claim really for people with sensitive skin, because I find that just the act of washing off the face mask itself can make you go a little bit red. So I will bear that in mind. I've only had it on a couple of minutes, so it doesn't look to be drying too much yet. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those masks that dries into sort of quite a cakey, no, not a cakey, but like a clayey type texture, or if it's going to be one that stays quite soft. I do like the Lush face masks. I've used a couple of them before. I've used the OT Fix one, which I absolutely love. You know, I would have bought that one the day that I bought this, except this caught my eye and it was new, so I thought I'd give it a go. But the OT Fix one is great for dry sensitive skin. And what's the other one I've tried? Oh, let me see if I can find it on the website while I'm here. Catastrophe Cosmetic, that's the other one I use. That's the first one I ever tried. That's definitely more of a clay-like one. It's got that sort of really weird grey colour to it. But again, that's got rose and calamine in it, so that's meant to be quite good for red prone skin as well. So I'm going to probably go away for a few minutes and come back when this has been on my face for the full 15 minutes, and I can give you a bit more of an idea about how it's going. I've had it on for the full 15 minutes now, so I thought I'd come back to tell you how it's going. Let's zoom in actually. Right, so I don't know if you can see, but it has started to go hard, for want of a better word. So it has got that feeling like if you move your face, it's going to crack. It hasn't gone completely like it everywhere. There's a few places where I put it on a bit more thickly, like around here where it's not quite set. But I imagine this would be the type of one that if you kept it on for longer, it would go completely solid and clay-like. It feels lovely. I don't mean like the clay-like thing to it, but it feels just nice on my skin. It hasn't created any tingling or sensitivity or that feeling like you want to get it off. It's actually really, really comfortable to wear. And the scent to it, as much as it does smell of rose, which I know is a bit of a love or hate scent. Well, it's the impression I get anyway from watching a lot of YouTube reviews about all sorts of skincare and rose scented things. So yeah, although it is rose scented, it's nice and subtle. So if you stick your nose in there and sniff it, yes, it's really, really rosy, but having it on your face, it's not at all overpowering. In fact, I didn't sort of lie down and put cucumbers on my eyes and do all that business whilst I was waiting for it to set, but I would imagine that the scent would be really soothing and calming if you did want to have a full-on pamper routine with nice meditation music and everything. So for how it feels and how it looks and how it smells, so far so good. I'm going to go and rinse it all off my face and come back and let you know how it feels afterwards. Right, I'm back with my pineapple head still. Oh, that looks really funny. Anyway, face mask. The wash off went well. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but I hate it when a mask is a nightmare to get off and you end up scrubbing your face really hard. What I found was the best thing to do is get a little bit of water in your fingertips and massage it in. That created a nice a nice smooth paste. And then I splashed it off as much as I could and used a soft face cloth to get the rest of it off. So you can see, should I say, my skin is still pretty red. I didn't expect it to completely go away with one use. That would be unrealistic. But whether or not you can tell, I do think it is less red than it was when I first put the face mask on. So I'm pleased with the initial effect with the redness. We'll see how it goes with the rest of the uses. But my skin does feel lovely. There's no tightness to it. I haven't come out in any sensitivity. It feels nourished and it feels moisturised. It says it's like a cleanser, mask and toner in one, and I certainly, having used that, would be happy to go straight to the moisturiser. So it feels really good. I'm really pleased with it as a first impression. Obviously a face mask is not the kind of thing you can give a 100% definite love or hate review with one use. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna use this up. This is my 5th pot of face masks in general. I've got the other 4 ones in my empties box, all clean and ready to take back, because if you take back 5 you get a free fresh face mask. How many times can I say that and not get tongue-tied? So yeah, I think I'll either go back and get this one if I love it, or try the OT Fix again, because that is another favourite of mine. Anyway, I'm off to go and watch the marathon of House of Cards now, because that came out yesterday. Do give the video a thumbs up if it's been of any use.